Veterans, the federal government sets aside about $7,300 a year to cover most of your Medicare. And many of you are about to walk away from it without ever knowing it was there. My 82-year-old dad, Wallace, he's a Vietnam-era veteran. He almost unknowingly walked away from it too. I watched it almost happen. You know why he didn't? Because his son does this for a living, and I wrote the book on this. I made sure Dad knew the one thing almost every veteran is never told. And by the end of this video, you're going to know it too. Here's the thing nobody explains to you when you turn 65. You spent a career being told the VA has you covered, and for a lot of things, the VA does. I'm not here to run down the VA. My dad uses the VA. My dad gets great care at the VA, but at 65, a second door opens for you. It's Medicare. And the system does a terrible job of telling veterans why that second door matters. So most veterans do what feels logical. They look at the Part B premium, $202.90 a month in 2026, and they think, I've got the VA. Why would I pay another $200 a month for something I don't need? That feeling is real, and I get it. After everything you already gave, being asked to pay again at 65 feels like getting billed for your service. But that $202.90 is hiding something. It's not the price of Medicare. It's a fraction of the price. And once you see the rest, you can't unsee it. I know you don't care who I am, but let me tell you why I care about this so much. I'm Chris Duncan. Been helping retirees with Medicare and retirement planning for nearly 20 years. Our organization focuses on veterans. And the reason I do this, the reason I get fired up about it is my dad. I watched the man who raised me, a man who served this country, almost get steamrolled by a system he paid into his entire life. Not because he did anything wrong, because nobody sat down and told him the truth. That makes me angry. Should make you angry too. So here's the truth nobody told my dad. And here's the truth nobody's telling you. That $202.90 you paid for Part B, that only covers about a quarter of what Part B actually costs. The federal government's general fund pays the other 3/4, roughly $600 a month, about $7,300 a year per person. And that $7,300 isn't even the whole story. There's a second layer of help most veterans never hear about. Stay with me here, because I'm going to show you exactly what it is. And you already paid for it. You paid federal income taxes your entire working life. Those tax dollars fund that subsidy. You paid FICA out of every paycheck, military and civilian, and that funded your Part A hospital coverage. You earned both. Skip Part B, and you walk away from about $7,300 a year that is sitting there with your name on it. Now you might be thinking, I've still got the VA. Why would I sign up for Medicare at all? Don't take my word for it. Here's what the VA says. The VA's own website asks the question, if I already have VA health benefits, should I still sign up for Medicare when I turn 65? Their answer, yes. We encourage you to sign up for Medicare as soon as you can. And they tell you why. From the same website, funding for VA healthcare could change in the future. We encourage you to sign up for every healthcare benefit that you're eligible for, so you have options if you need them. Think about that. The VA is telling every veteran to get Medicare, even 100% disabled veterans with full VA healthcare. When the VA itself is telling you to sign up, that's not a maybe, that's a message. And there's one more thing almost no veteran knows. It's printed in Medicare's own handbook on page 11. On page 11 of the 2026 Medicare and You handbook, it says this about Medicare Part C plans. Some plans may have a $0 premium and may help pay all or part of your Part B premium. That's Medicare's own language. So options exist for your Part B premium. Now, you won't see the word veteran anywhere on page 11, and that trips up a lot of people. But here's why. Page 11 is talking to every single person on Medicare. When you turn 65 and enroll, you become a Medicare beneficiary, just like everyone else. So page 11 is talking to veterans too, every word of it. So think about what the VA, original Medicare, and TRICARE for life actually leave on the table. Does the VA cover routine dental? Unless you have a 100% rating, no. Vision? Sometimes. Hearing? Sometimes as well. And most veterans don't have a 100% rating. Original Medicare doesn't cover routine dental, doesn't cover vision, doesn't cover hearing. TRICARE for life does not cover routine dental, vision, or hearing either. Medicare Advantage, also called Part C, is allowed to provide benefits that go beyond what the VA, original Medicare, and TRICARE for life provide on their own. Now, the benefits and costs vary by county and plan, but Part C can make Medicare work harder for you. And here's what most veterans never hear. You already get a lot of your care through the VA. So the smartest Part C plan for a veteran isn't the one with the most extras. It's the one that complements your VA benefits instead of duplicating them. Because we're independent and we focus on veterans, we help you find a plan that fills the gaps the VA leaves without paying for coverage you already have. That's how the VA benefits and your Medicare complement each other. And none of it touches your VA benefits. Part C is not allowed to change any of your VA health benefits in any way. They stay exactly the same. Let me take you back to my dad. Dad's 82, Vietnam era veteran. He uses the VA, and Dad gets phenomenal care at the VA. But last year, Dad needed a procedure, and the VA said it wasn't medically necessary. He was denied. I know that's happened to many of you out there. 82 years old, a man who served, and the system told him no. I've seen that look on his face, the frustration, the feeling of, I did everything they asked, and now this. But here's the thing. My dad has options because years ago, we set him up the right way. Dad has a Part C plan, and his Part C plan covered the procedure. No arguments, no appeals, no waiting. Dad's Part C plan has a $0 monthly premium. Dad's not getting any low-income help. And because of what page 11 describes, Dad gets $185 of the $202.90 Part B premium covered. Dad pays $17.90 a month for Part B. The average veteran that uses our system gets $145 of their Part B premium covered. Now, the benefits and costs vary by county and plan, like I've mentioned, but Dad's numbers reflect his county, not yours. Every county is different, every plan is different, and not every plan helps pay part of the Part B premium. That's why we look it up for every veteran individually. And his VA benefits didn't change. They can't. Part C is not allowed to affect your VA health benefits. My dad says it best. He told me, Chris, the VA is great, but it ain't perfect. That's the whole thing right there. The VA is great. It ain't perfect. Having options outside of it is how you protect yourself. And these are options you have already paid for and earned. Don't leave the money you put in on the table. Now, let me show you what skipping Part B actually costs, because it's worse than most veterans think. Skip Part B and you lose three things at once. First, you forfeit the government's share of your Part B, about $7,300 a year. You already paid for it with a lifetime of income taxes. This is not a handout. It's yours. Second, you lose your penalty protection. If you ever need to enroll later, the late enrollment penalty is 10% for every 12 months you delayed. That penalty is permanent. It's for life. And it stacks on a premium that goes up almost every year. Third, and this one is the worst, if you have TRICARE for life, you'll lose it. TRICARE for life requires you to have at least Medicare Part A and B. Skip Part B, and TRICARE for life suspends. 3 forfeitures, all at once, all permanent. 3 veterans, same age, same Part B premium, 3 different outcomes here. Veteran 1 skipped Part B for 5 years. That was his choice. Nobody is forced to enroll. But nobody told him skipping comes with a permanent penalty. Now he pays a 50% penalty every month for life. And that's if the premium never goes up, which it does almost every year. Veteran 2 enrolled, But nobody told him about page 11. He pays the full premium, leaves money on the table every single month. Veteran 3 found out what dad knows, what you now know. Enrolled on time, used what he earned. His Part B premium is a fraction of what the others pay. His VA benefits didn't change. Same age, same premium, 3 completely different outcomes. Which veteran are you going to be? Here's what I want you to do. If you're approaching 65, you have a 7-month window around your birthday to enroll without penalties. 3 months before your birthday month, your actual birthday month, and 3 months after it. Miss it, and the penalty follows you for life. There's no reset button. You've earned Medicare through your taxes, through your service. Use what you earned. I wrote Medicare for Veterans, the Complete Field Guide. Read it free at freevetsbook.com or grab a copy on Amazon. And if you're watching this on your TV right now, scan the code on your screen with your phone. Takes you straight to freevetsbook.com. You're seeing 2 videos on your screen. One shows how VA disability and Social Security stack together, and the $5,914 number that surprises most veterans. The other breaks down why taking Social Security at 62 is really a $100,000 decision. Both are worth your time. I'm Chris Duncan, and remember, we speak veteran.